Hello everyone, I'm back. Everything is now magically painted. I didn't document that process too intensely because I wasn't quite sure what the colors realistically were supposed to be. The storyboard shows CGO as kind of it's really a gray that's with a green gray and a blue gray for the faceplate. Very drab colors actually. I was talking with Adam Muto about that, and he thought that was a little too dark and maybe for real life. Make the color stand out a little more, a little brighter, so I shifted them more into the green, more into the blue, and less into the gray. But I just painted these with my airbrush and some of these Tamiya acrylics, which work really well. They spray very nicely. And I just took, actually I took aluminum as the gray because I wanted a little bit of metallic flake in there. And I just started adding green and maybe some metallic blue until I kind of liked the colors. A little bit of white to bring it down. But I don't remember the exact ratios. I kind of like the color. I think if you watch the Hugo segment that CGO is narrating, she's actually in that segment more green and blue than gray. So this is the colors we went with. Now we're going to assemble everything. Not quite sure how it's all going to fit because this is the first time I've done it. The only thing I've done is put the screen in because I wanted to test fit that. And I don't want to pop it back out. But it's just like BMO. You slide it in there. There's a couple of tabs that hold it in. And I've added another little auxiliary tab there to keep it in. But it snaps in pretty tight. I don't think it was going to come out. I added the ear. Again, that just snaps in, but I don't really want to pull it out just to show you me snapping it back in. But that's just a friction fit in there. I don't think that's coming out. It's in there pretty good. I didn't paint that. That's just standard dark blue print PLA. Okay. So since we already got the screen in there, the next thing I put in is the little microphone. There's a little port right there that allows the microphone, at least I think, hear what you're saying. I like to add audio recognition to these. I don't know how it's really going to use this yet. Little indentation for this microphone, but there isn't really enough thickness in this front panel. It is rather thin to make a good snap in, so I'm going to use a little motivation to keep it in there. And my favorite motivation is carpet tape. Things tend to stay where they're told when you put carpet tape on them, so I'm just going to tape it in there. And it should stay. If not, we'll know pretty quick. But I got the feeling once that's in there, it's not going to want to come out. Poke that down a little bit with something just to get a good seal. Give it a tug. If I can lift it up, I'm sure it's on there pretty good. Alright, so microphone's in. Hides right back there. Next part are the buttons. The D-pad is a dial. Well, your trusty Simpson 260 has three dials. This is just a potentiometer. This is a switchable dial. But that's not very practical for what I want. I mean, I want it to be kind of BMO-ish, so I figured why don't I just make that a D-pad in front and the dials, buttons, and I can get some UI functionality that way. But when I first tried it, the D-pad was like rolling around on my thumb. It was really, really hard to control, so I added these little restrictor tabs on there to keep it from rolling. So it's a dial that does no dialing. There's a little spring on the back of this one to keep it, tactile. But I don't think these little dial buttons need a spring, although there's a capability to put a spring on the back of these. I think I'll just try them without it. They go in there, and they have restrictor tabs on them too. I think to be officially CGO correct, it points down like that. And now I have my button board, which is a little custom made board that has some tactile buttons on the back. And that just fits over the top what I just put in here. Sort of like this. Not much to write home about there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it fits in the top. And then I secure it with some screws. If I get one screw in, the rest should be fairly easy. Good. There's one. With two more screws. There we go. I like it. Looking a little more CGO-ish, I think. Got the ear, got the buttons.